Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in courtside to game number 6 of the day, 7th overall, the D3Hoops.com Classic here on day number 2. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside. It is a top 10 tilt here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. It's Case Western Reserve, the 8th-ranked Spartans, taking on the 4th-ranked Lakers of Oswego State, both undefeated. 7-0 for the Lakers, 9-0 for the Spartans. After 2 tremendous men's basketball games and the rest of the women's games pretty good as well. To say we have expectations here would be an understatement. Sorry, boys, but you better perform to the best of your abilities. No pressure.
I mean, David, when we looked at the teams that had signed their contracts and were coming, right? It's like we are looking forward to this game. We are making sure this is a game that we have scheduled to get these 2 teams on the floor together. And if it happens at 11:25 p.m. Eastern on a Thursday night, then so be it.
Well, I told both coaches when they called me, said, well, I wanted to come, and said, you're already playing each other. Whether you want to or not, I don't care. We'll get you starters in a minute as they are being announced on the floor. Case Western Reserve and Oswego. This one has been circled for 18 months in our books.
Yeah.
I know none of you realized it till later, but we certainly knew about it, and we were thrilled when they agreed to do it. So let's get the starters out there as quick as we can. As we'll clear the graphic, call up starters. We will start with Oswego, who's technically the road team in this one. It will start number 3, Jamal Gill, the Staten Island forward. Number 5, Aki Anderson, the junior from Greenport, New York. Number 10, Caleb Cook, the grad student from Auburn, New York. Number 21, Cartier Bowman, the senior forward out of Trenton, New Jersey. And number 23, Jeremiah Sparks, the senior out of Jordan, New York. And for Case Western Reserve, it's Anthony Mazzio, the grad student, number 0. Number 1, Luke Thornburn. Number 4, Colin Call. Number 11, Umar Rashid. And number 13, Richie Manigault, our starters for tonight.
Dave, I love our rapport with the officiating crews here. We just held tip-off 10 seconds for you to finish starting lineups.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I also picked up the pace because no one needs to hear me yammer about height and weight and all that.
It'll come back around sometime.
Case Western Reserve in the white. Oswego's in the green. We are underway here from Las Vegas. Ball out of bounds. And
it's a good start.
It'll be the Lakers' possession.
It's as if it's 11:26 p.m. for these guys.
Exactly.
David,
Lakers again in the green uniforms are going right to left us, and Case Western's in the white going left to right.
David, I'm excited. I've never seen either of these teams play in person. I'm super happy about
one that I haven't seen. I got to see Oswego at their place, believe it or not, thanks to a hockey job I had at the time. Case Western Reserve has the possession. We are at 0-0 early on in this one. Thanks for joining us. We certainly hope you will enjoy it as much as we. Shot from the wing, no good for Mazzio. We'll come back the other direction with the Lakers. Turnaround jumper in the lane, no good for Sparks, but a foul on the rebound is going to go against the Spartans. It looks like they called. No, it's going to go against, against the Spartans. It did go against Thornburn.
I was going to say, Sparks, one of the key guys, obviously, to watch. This should be no surprise to anybody, right? First team All-Region, preseason All-American for us. He's number 1 in the nation in free throw percentage, and there's Caleb Cook with a 3 to start things off.
Yeah, no surprise whatsoever.
On the other side, we've talked about Case, and you can find around the nation on D3Hoops.com some discussion of some of the new faces they have this year. Key guy transferring from Baldwin Wallace, for example.
Umar Rashid, by the way, missed the previous 3.
Case Western Reserve is one of the nation's leading research institutions, and graduate students are a part of the culture. They're also part of the culture on this men's basketball program.
Yeah, Todd McGinnis not necessarily goes out and looks for him. It just started to work out that way. He certainly embraced it. And it has worked out for the Spartans the last few years. Huge breakthrough into the NCAA tournament 2 years ago for the first time, and winning the UAA for the first time last year. Shot clock to 1. Three-pointer is good.
Oh, this is going to be a good one, David.
Driving in. Cook. He'll kick it. Up and off glass, does not count. The foul will be called on Rashid, the Canton, Georgia native, who leads the team with 15 blocks for the Spartans. Free throw, 53% for Jamal Akil. Achille. I had a feeling it was Achille. I just wanted to confirm. Free throw is good. 5-3 lead early on here for the Lakers. Full pressure from Oswego. No surprise there.
Yep. Nice press break.
Into the corner. Shot. Three. Good. Case Western with a great break and a great three.
Richie Manigault out there finds his spot out on the wing at the end of that press break and bang, knocks it down.
Manigault came in shooting 40.5% from deep. That is his bread and butter, best on the team, and he gets a steal on the other end defensively. Kick back out from Rashid Manning. Oh! Rims out. Fight for the rebound, and the Lakers bring it down. It's Bowman with a heavy lifting. 6'5", Case Western Reserve in the lead, and foul in transition is going to go against Thorburn, I believe. That'll be his second. So he's going to have to exit stage right. Sam Trunley will enter the game, the junior out of Glen Ridge, New Jersey. Leads the team in steals.
I think you were right. Oh, yeah, stage right, audience left. You got it. I always double check myself on that. I'll double wreck myself.
2.5 into this one. A little off-balance floater for Cook falls in. And it's a 7-6 lead as it's gone back and forth as one would expect to start this one. Coming off of a thrilling win for Trinity over Clark to stay undefeated in the last game. That and the Whittier game against Rhodes, thank you, is why we're a little delayed tonight. Three-pointer from top of the key, no good.
Hey, if you were going to stay up till 11 p.m. Eastern, you're going to stay up till 11:25.
That's the truth.
Get that coffee.
Cooking on the drive again, puts it up on a floater over Toscano, but it does not fall. Coming back the other direction, over Rashid. Nice bounce pass on the backdoor cut. Manigault with the layup off the feed from Mazzio.
Good start for him. Big three on that first press break. Got 5 of the 8 points.
8-7 lead for the Spartans on the Lakers. Drive in off glass, no good for Anderson. Back the other direction. Manigault feeling it and finds glass. Biggest lead of the game, 10-7, Spartans up, 16-12 to go, first half. Anderson across the timeline, man-to-man defense from the Spartans. Spin move in the lane, pump fake, up and under with the left hand for Achille. And it's a 10-9 lead now for the Spartans. Quickly up ahead. Oswego trying to force Case Western Reserve into some errors. Mazzio, drive, cut off. Now let's take it from 12, buried it. Case Western Reserve has found their mojo a little bit on the offensive end. They are off to a good start shooting as they are 4 of their last 4 and 6 of 8. And timeout called by Oswego as they were about to lose possession. So they will lose a timeout here. They'll use one of their 30-second timeouts here. Will the Lakers, their first of 2 30s. Of course, you got 4 fulls as well. No full timeouts or media breaks here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. And I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside, Gordon Mann down along press row with us. Ryan Scott's at home watching the game. Ryan Coleman is our photographer, D3 photographer. You should mention Riley Zayas here. from Texas. He saw the matchups, and unlike others of our friends, decided to make the sacrifice and show up here. I know some others out there we have told should have been here, but, whatever.
This is a good year to be here, that's for sure. There's a bunch of Case Western Reserve players who decided this was a good year to be at Case. Anthony Mazzeo, we talked about him. He's the transfer from Baldwin Wallace. You don't even have to change zip codes practically.
Yeah.
Those schools are so close together. Colin Kale, grad transfer from Sewanee. Richie Manigo has been good first few minutes of this game. He's this grad transfer from Washington and Lee. For him, this is like playing in the Salem Civic Center.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I had to think about it for a second. WNL having a good season in what is a very difficult Old Dominion Athletic Conference. He went from one fire to another in terms of conferences. Inside feed, nice up and under. It will count. Going to the line, Cartier Bowman. Though he's a 55% free throw shooter, so the three-point play is not a certainty here. 12-11, Spartans the lead, 15-10 remaining, chance to tie it here with the free throw. Nice.
These teams last year, we mentioned it a couple of broadcasts ago, but here for this audience who's actually following this game, Case Western Reserve lost to UW Whitewater in the second round of last year's NCAA tournament, 78-75. Oswego State lost in the Elite Eight at Randolph-Macon to UW Whitewater, 77-74. Yeah, Whitewater made the Final Four last year, eliminated both of these teams. If this is
nice up and under there from Ian Elam.
We talked about the last game being like a Sweet 16 game. If this is any less than an Elite Eight, I would be sorely disappointed.
Oswego also knocked off Randolph-Macon in the previous round, who had an 80-plus game home winning streak going. We should point out Sean Edwards in the game for the Lakers, a 6'4 senior out of Brooklyn, New York, as a blocking foul will be called inside on the aforementioned Sean Edwards. Well, now the official double checking. Edwards has moved around. Don't think he's going to spot him. This is going to get awkward here in a moment. He can't find him. It's Edwards. He can't find him. There it is. Jamal Achille ratted his own teammate out there.
That's fine.
Going to the line, it is Sam Trunley, the guard out of Glen Ridge, New Jersey, for free throws. He is a 95.5% free throw shooter.
Fourth in the country, just one miss basically behind Jeremiah Sparks on the opposite side, who's done nothing less.
He missed that free throw, but makes that one, ironically enough. 1 for 2 at the line, 15-12 the lead for the Spartans, you were saying?
Jeremiah Sparks has done what Jacob Harvey said he wanted to do. We talked to him in one of our classic conversations. I asked him, he was disappointed in his free throw performance for Trinity in this previous game. Only 10 of 14. I said, of the 14, how many do you want to make? Of course, the answer is 14, yeah.
Step back three, back iron, sky high off the back of the backboard. Everyone stops. And now the official asked, did that go over the backboard? And it apparently did.
In a sense, it doesn't matter. The rebound was controlled by Ian Elam anyway.
That was probably the easiest rebound he's ever had in a game with no whistle.
Because nobody contested it, yeah.
Ooh, the inbounds play, a little tricky. Trapped in the corner.
Yeah, nice trap.
A good job of Case getting out of the trouble. As it is Spartans possession, under 14 to play. 15 on the shot clock. They'll hand it off to Rashid. Rashid will hand it off. Three-pointer rims out. And Oswego pulls down the rebound. Here come the Lakers. And not the best look at a reverse layup for Jamal Crittenden. As the Lakers have started off a little bit colder from the field. But that is back-to-back three-point mixes for the Spartans. Pushing the pace, three-pointer coming from the near side. Crittenden leads it short. Battle for the rebound. It's loose on the floor. And then we finally get a whistle. Should be a tie-up. It will be, and it will belong to the Spartans.
Our colleague Ryan Scott chiming in from back in the studio to say that
he's watching
that. And one of the things that he felt last year that he talked with Todd McGinnis earlier in the season. There was that feature is on Around the Nation on D3Hoops.com, and felt that the fact that Case doesn't play back-to-back games a lot. There's always a day in between UAA games for travel, right?
They gave, by the way, the ball to Oswego, so it was not a jump ball. Inbound play goes to Sparks, and he hits the layup, cuts the deficit to 1, you were saying.
So Tom McGinnis felt like the lack of back-to-back games was something that was a factor in them losing that second-round game in the tournament to Whitewater last year. So he scheduled 3 of them this season. Of course, one of them is here, where they play this game.
Nice drive on after getting the ball for Elam, lays that one in.
And then they'll play Clark tomorrow on 22 hours rest.
Jumper from the elbow, no good. Of course, in UAA play, they have a day off in between to travel.
Right.
So,
said that.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, I was extrapolating. So, most would say, well, you're kind of doing it. You're not, though, and that's going to be an illegal screen the other direction on Rashid as he started moving to tie up the Laker defender.
When we talk about teams coming here to get a look at a little simulation of the NCAA tournament, whether it's you're playing with different officiating or a team you don't usually see, or you have to travel and do something strange, right? Also, yeah, you could ask to be scheduled on back-to-back nights if that's something you think could prep you for the tournament as well.
Lakers attacking here, trail by 3. Lazo with it in, gets swatted from behind by Call. Unceremoniously picks up his 10th block of the season.
It's a 9-inch differential, at least in how Lazo and Kale are listed.
Case Western Reserve 7 of 13 from the floor. Oswego is 5 of 16. And a missed pass there goes out of bounds to the Spartans. That is turnover number 2 on the game. The intended recipient was Jeremiah Sparks, the preseason All-America 5th team selection. As you mentioned earlier, Sparks, pun intended, is a spark for this team, but they've got a lot of weapons as Achille will come in for Sparks. Tom McGinnis and Jason Leon know each other pretty well. So this one's one they've been looking forward to, too. Shot from the wing, no good. And a rebound pulled down by Lazo.
I'm sure they're not quite in the same town, right?
Yeah.
McGinnis coached at Hartwick, which is in Oneonta, not in Oswego.
It's a few hours away.
Yeah,
exactly. Couple 2-3.
You're still in the...
You gotta get down to Syracuse, across, then to Utica, and then down.
You got to work on your New York State throughway and all that.
Nice tip in there for the Lakers, who cut the deficit to 1 again. Certainly know each other well. Actually, I don't think Jason was at Oswego when Todd was at Hartwick, was he?
Yes, if our sheets here are
I guess
correct.
there's a small crossover. You're right. Yep. There was a.
Yeah, there should be actually like 5 whole seasons of it.
Was it 5? Wow.
Yeah, he has been at Oswego for 12 years now.
Yeah, I do realize that. I just totally forgot how long.
Yeah, McGinnis has only been at Case for 7 years.
Yeah, feels. Yeah. Well, Todd doesn't like the fact that this is going back to Oswego here. He is third of the way out onto the floor. No, we don't offer a review. We could, but we need a whole nother production crew just to help do everything.
And I don't feel right offering review when we can only get 1 camera here.
Yep. That's what I mean. We have a whole lot of more production crew. Drive in. Oh, just go up with it, Lazo. And that's going to bounce off a Case Western Reserve, they claim. The intended recipient was Achille. I thought Lazo should have just gone up. Seems like he was trying too hard with that.
You were pretty clear on that point.
Yep. Just wanted to clarify. Lazo gets it on the inbound. Man-to-man again from the Spartans. Lazo picks up his dribble at the top of the key. Hands it off to Achille. Nope, that is Anderson. Anderson jumper is good.
Nice.
Lead for the Lakers after a bit of time. 18-17 here. 10.5 to play, opening half of this top 10 tilt.
Yeah, Oswego just 7 of 20 from the floor here in the early going, but nice look there, and he puts it down.
Trunley into the paint. Turnaround will get called for the travel. And that will be a turnover number 3 on the game for the Spartans as Trunley will exit. And back into the game comes Mazzio. Am I saying that right?
As far as I know.
Okay. Seen Stranger Things. Anderson brings it across the timeline.
It's a great show. I'm not sure how that's related here.
Touche. Driving in is Cook, leaves it short. Rebound fought for, but the Spartans come down with it. Quickly up ahead, Manzio with it. Hesitation, back dribble, changes his mind. They'll set up the offense with under 10 to play. Leaves it short, put up and in. McCoe with the basket, the grad student. He was a Phillips Exeter high school student, but out of Big Bend, Wisconsin. He gets the rebound.
Mako,
okay, thank you. Quickly up ahead. Nice bounce pass to Manigault. And the Spartans on a run, lead 21-18. That gets the Lakers to call timeout. It's a 30 though, so they'll use up their 2 30-second timeouts here. With 9:29 remaining, they'll have 4 full timeouts remaining, which is good. We appreciate that.
I don't have any new ones for you.
Yep, so all day we have been recording interviews, conversations with coaches, team members here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. There's only 3 of us here staffing this event for D3Hoops.com, so I have a handful in the can that I have yet to produce. I apologize, Dave. You'll have to have those tomorrow.
That's all good. We'll hear from Hassan men's basketball coach Warren Caruso coming up at halftime. Hassan got the win earlier today.
Yep, other people we've talked to, Zoe Goodson, the head coach of Rhodes men's basketball team. We also chatted with Jimmy Smith, the head coach of Trinity University, and his junior guard, Jacob Harvey.
Three-pointer from the wing, left short, rebound pulled down by Rashid. And Case will set up, top of the 3, no good. Oswego pulls down the rebound, trailing by 3 in this one. We got under 9 to play opening half. Turnaround, baby hook off glass is good for Jeremiah Sparks. Leads the team at 19.5 points per game and shows why. A lot of versatility for him. Oh, talk about having a great first half. Manigault with another layup. Another few points there. Playing terrific.
I was trying to think about, if there's a WNL game in the 4 years that he was there that might be something like this. And I suppose anytime you play Randolph-Macon, right? Over that span.
Three-pointer from deep is good. Sparks scores on the baby hook off glass from close range, and then the three-pointer on the next possession. Down, we're tied at 23.
This is how you do it.
Three-pointer is good. Back and forth, or maybe that was just a long 2. That's a long 2, they say. Spartans lead 25-23. Back and forth we go. Missed an opportunity there, and we'll go back again. Down, pass inside, lost it off the dribble. Great job by Call on the spin move initially, but he had the ball dribble off of him, and it'll go out of bounds. Back in the game comes Thorburn with his 2 fouls, a Houston, Texas senior, who shoots 67% from the floor. I mean, that's a number you keep seeing and you don't believe it. Well, they got Gordon marked Call as the best shooter from the floor.
It's just a lack of attempts for Thorburn. Among
Got it.
Players
That
who
makes
qualify
sense.
for
Yep.
like leaderboards.
Makes sense. And a foul called as trying to force the issue was Cartier Bowman. And he'll force his way to the free throw line as the Lakers find themselves down 2 here.
Team foul number 6.
Foul was called on Call. That's his second.
Kale. So
Oh, Kale, thank
and
you.
so-
I looked at the wrong name.
yeah, so Thorburn is Thorburn shooting 67% for the floor. It's 14 for 21 compared to
Oh.
Kale, who's 54 for 92. So,
Okay, I understand the difference.
yeah.
I usually qualify my sheets after 20 shots, but that's a big difference in shots, to say the least. So Kale, obviously pretty dominating as a shooter. Second free throw is good. We're knotted again, 25 apiece. That is the fourth time we're tied today. We're tied for almost 2 minutes of game action. 7 minutes left to go. Jason Leon has put on the glasses. Drive in. Mazzeo gets blocked from behind.
Is that like taking off the coat?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Got a stat sheet to read?
Oh, absolutely unmercifully blocked by Rashid.
Thornburn.
Oh, is it Thornburn?
Yeah.
Mazzio's shot rattles out. A strong rebound by Achille.
You were right.
Oh, okay.
They look quite different. I saw one, but only one of the ones in the 11. Turns out there's 2 ones in 11.
Oh. 6:23 remaining here. Oswego and Case Western Reserve tied at 25. Inside, rolls off the rim for Achille. Strong rebound by Manigault. Comes up the floor, passes it on, and Thorburn kisses it off glass. Spartans retake the lead at 27-25.
First bucket of the night for Thorburn.
He's got the defensive assignment against Sparks. Switches off. Sparks drives in. Kick out. Wide open three, top of the key. Missed it to the left. Did Achille. He's just a 17% outside shooter. Pump fake. No one took Rashid seriously. Mazzeo they will take seriously. Bounce pass to Rashid though on the pick and roll. And he gets it to roll in. 4-point lead for the Spartans. 29-25. That is their largest of the game. 5:20 remaining. Oswego trails. Bounce pass. In trouble though is Bowman. Finds an option, and that's going to roll in off the finger roll from Achille. And the deficit down to 2. Case Western Reserve with possession. Manigault's got the ball far side. Comes around the screen, tries to go pick and roll with Elam. But the defense breaks it up. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be inbounded from the corner as Anderson returns to the game for Oswego. And Trunley and McCoe return for the Spartans.
Mako.
Apologies. I'm hearing the PA announcer do it differently, and it's throwing me as I go to say it.
Right, Mako and Kale. I don't think they got the pronunciation guide. I'm putting that on the list of things to do for next year. Sparks is pronounced correctly. Mazzeo will go to the line here. For 2, he's a 65% free throw shooter. That first one is good. This case is 3rd and now 4th free throw attempt of the night.
Lead back out to 4, 31-27, under 5 minutes to play. Opening half here of this top 10 battle.
Nice first 15 minutes for Mazzeo. We talked about Manigault a lot, but Mazzeo 9 points, 5 assists here, and 3 rebounds.
4.5 to play. Spartans with 12 on the Lakers with 10 on the shot clock now. That attempt was blocked as it was going up. And we will get a traveling violation as Crittenden was rolling over with possession. That'll be another turnover here for Oswego. There actually haven't been a lot of turnovers in this game so far. That's their 4th, or a total of 8 between the two teams.
Yep. Back and forth, but cleanly played. And Case is shooting well, and that lends itself to not a lot of turnovers.
Nice feed off glass. What a look. As Manigault spotted Elam on the drive, and it's their biggest lead, up 6 now, 33-27, 4 minutes to play, opening half.
Just a great basket cut right there, great finish.
Sparks step back, leaves it long, and that's going to be an undercut foul called on Trunley. Not sure what the argument is. He never went up.
I mean, yeah, McGinnis is yelling at Trunley.
Yeah, exactly. Trunley was blocking out, but then he made no attempt to go up in the air on the ball. And as a result, he undercut Bowman, who did go up for the ball. You can't block out and not make an effort for the ball if the guy behind you has a chance at it, and Bowman misses the free throw. Spin in the lane, Elam gets that blocked by Bowman. The Lakers come back the other direction, trailing by 6. Push the pace off glass and in. He got Elam in a bad spot, and Anderson took advantage, though it was an awkward layup. He made it fall and then took a fall himself. 3:20 to play. Into the corner, 3 on the way, buried it. Sam Trunley. Lead now to 7, 36-29. First game Oswego has played away from home this season. Drive in for Sparks, off the left hand and in. What a play by Sparks. Cuts the deficit to 5 with 2:52 remaining. Oswego's backed off their press a bit.
Hasn't really had much of an impact. Not a lot of turnovers.
Yep.
Case is shooting well.
Oh, nice steal there by Sparks. He's got a one-on-one situation. Maggio falls and Sparks lays it home. Cuts the deficit to 3.
Sparks, a nice job evading the defender. They're out near the foul line.
Distance, Maggio. And then he points at Sparks to remind him who hit that 3.
Who hit that 3?
I believe Maggio.
Got it.
2:07 remaining. 39-33 the lead for Case Western Reserve. And then a nice pass from Sparks. Achille was looking up at the rim as he started to attack before getting the ball and lost it out of bounds.
I think this challenge here, Dave, is, as I almost called you Greg and I almost called you Keith again, is more important.
We're in hoops here.
I know, right? I'll get there. It's more important for Oswego, maybe even, than it is for Case.
Maybe.
Case is going to face big teams, big games multiple
That's a good
times
no call.
in the UAA.
Good no call.
Oswego, this is a really big opportunity to face big-time competition.
Three-pointer from Manigault is missed. That was a good no call because Rashid never moved as a screener. Cook just tripped over him. By the way, Elijah Hardison into the game for the Lakers, the 6'8" sophomore forward center for the first time. He's in the post right now. Cook, turnaround, puts up the baby hook, cannot get it over. Mako into the corner, 3, buried it.
Jeez.
That's back-to-back threes for Trunley, and the lead is blown up to 9.
All right, Trunley blowing his finger.
Trunley and Maggio have combined for 3 threes in a row. Sparks with it being harassed by Trunley. Trunley dives for the ball. It'll stay Oswego possession with 1:01 remaining here in the first half.
Trunley's pretty fired up. Pretty
Just a wee
much
bit.
ever since he got yelled at by McGinnis.
Good call. Yeah. Yeah.
Kid's been on fire.
Trying to get the Case Western Reserve end of bench to find their seats. 14 on the shot clock. Bounce pass into Achille. Achille looking to try and get to Hardison. Cannot. Now he will. Hardison in great position. Tries to slam it and left it short.
Yeah, he did.
Case Western Reserve with the ball and a 9-point lead. Maggio being guarded by Sparks. Top of the key. Hedge comes from Cook. shot up, and it will count. He's going to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play opportunity as Achille draws the foul.
Lead is 11, biggest lead of the game for Case, for either team. And we reached that crucial point.
They need Elam to leave the floor. Go ahead.
We reached that crucial point of the first half. We talked about it in some of our other games, right, Dave? Where Lakers have the opportunity to try to come down, put some points on the board here before this goes. But
Gonna get a little delay here.
They needed a stop here on this possession. They did not get it.
Well, I guess they decided there wasn't any blood on the floor or something. In the meantime, Elam left. He was bleeding from his right temple area. So the trainer's attending to him. Manzio will step to the line to convert the free throw for the three-point opportunity here. This to make it a 12-point game, and does so. I think they brought in Thorburn. Nonetheless, 12-point lead, 30 seconds to go. Anderson brings the ball across the timeline for the Lakers. They need points here to have some momentum into the half. Anderson's going to do it himself. Drive in on Trunley. No good. Put back. Did that go through? It did. I didn't see the net move.
A bucket for Anderson.
10-point lead now for Case Western. Can they get a shot off with 5 on the clock? Manzio's looking. He's going to drive in. Feeds it. Extra pass cost him a long distance from Sparks. Nearly fell. I think that would have counted.
That was good if it went.
Yeah. But
it would have been a 65-footer.
In the meantime, Anderson came up a little hobbled at the end of that. Or Crittenden did, apologies. But what a finish there as we hit the half. 45-35. Case Western in the lead, Pat, and that lived up to the billing of a pretty exciting first half.
Well, we hit the half, and we hit it pretty hard. We hit it head on, right? Gus Frerotte style. Going into the half with Case Western Reserve leading us. We go 45-35. Maybe not necessarily. You expect it to be a little tighter. Case has kind of edged this game out here over the course of the past several minutes. It was 29-27. It was 39-33. Spartans scored 6 of the last 8 to make it a little bigger lead.
Outside shooting certainly helped Manzio and Trunley with some big threes down the stretch. 10-point lead for the Spartans at half. We're going to take a break. During the half, you'll hear from Husson's head coach Warren Caruso, and then we'll get you back here with stats and more as we get ready for second half action. It's the 13th annual D3Hoops.com Classic. It's game number 6 on day number 2, the 7th overall. And it's 8th-ranked Case Western Reserve up on 4th-ranked Oswego State, 45-35 at the half.
More schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
To be able to say you learned poetry from Ohio's Poet Laureate.
There's a lot of opportunities to do research as an undergraduate student.
I've actually had a chance to file for a provisional patent on my research.
We built a pediatric pulse oximeter for use in developing nations.
We built a hypodermic needle incinerator.
Thanks to ThinkBox, I'm developing my concept for a fuel injector that makes jet engines safer and more efficient. It helped me earn a trip to meet President Obama and pitch my company to investors from the TV show Shark Tank.
All I heard was, you have been admitted to Harvard Law School. You know, you come out on the other side and just realize, like, wow, like, this is what I can do. This is how far you can go. And it feels really good.
For the love of the game, But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
Out here in Las Vegas, Nevada with another D3Hoops.com Classic conversation. And I'm here with Warren Caruso, the head coach of Husson. His team victorious in their first game here at the Classic, defeating Laverne by the score of 96-75. First of all, Coach, I just want to thank you guys for coming back out. This is your third trip to this event. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a great event. We really enjoy it. Guys always have a really enjoyable time, and basketball is always great. And then the city, you can't beat Las Vegas, and no matter who you are, you can find something to enjoy yourself with. And last night we went to the Blue Man Group as a team and really had a good time with that. And so it's always a special trip for us.
Blue Man Group is a great place to take young people when you are this is for all the college administrators out there. You could definitely send your kids to Las Vegas for this event. Your team kind of comes from all over the place, right? Obviously, you got a bunch of Maine guys and a bunch of New Hampshire guys, or a couple New Hampshire guys, and then Florida and California and all sorts of things. How'd you get those guys to come to Husson?
Well, yeah, I think we've really got a really good product, and we've expanded our recruiting a little bit. We look at recruiting in New England to be a bit of a challenge. There's 100 schools, and we're the second northern school in New England, so we've expanded our geographics, and we always have, but Florida and D.C. are two really good places for us because there's direct flights into Bangor, and so we've worked those areas pretty good and found a couple of decent players.
All right. I was immediately struck by the fact that you have Coach Katz's grandson, I assume, playing on your team. That's his son.
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize. That's his son playing on your team.
Yeah, Charlie, the dad and the son reached out to us early in the year, particularly Charlie Jr., and then I saw Charlie at an AAU tournament this summer, and we kind of talked about it again. We didn't really recruit him, and then they visit every summer, and we brought him onto campus, and we gave him the opportunity to have a roster spot, and he's great to have. And Coach's son really knows the game and understands where he's at, and really happy to be a part of the program, and does a great job for us.
Was that coordinated to have you guys and them here at this tournament?
No, it wasn't. We were in California last year. We were supposed to play them.
Okay.
Scheduling got kind of a little a hiccup there, so we didn't, but it's great that they're here, and he'll be able to see his dad, and his mom came to see the game today. So.
All right. And your own son is on the team as well, of course.
Yeah, it's really special. He's my older son. Came back to school, get his doctorate in physical therapy, coached with us a couple of years, and then Luke transferred in after a year down to Flagler and started playing with us, and it's been really special to have both of them, and particularly him in uniform. Always been a family affair, and come full circle.
It's been a great season for you guys so far. Now 10-1 after the game today. What do you take away from these first set of games, and then kind of getting back here and knocking the rust off of the first game here at the tournament?
Yeah, it was actually particularly in the second half. I mean, first half went kind of what you might expect, a little rust, and then we played to their style more to ours. Then we got into how we play in the second half, which was great. So, just trying to get back at it and get back into the flow of things. We've had a really good first semester, obviously, being 10-1 and played some good basketball. And as you saw today, we played really well as a group. Mm-hmm. Strong defensively, been strong defensively all year. Aside from maybe that first half, we weren't very good, but matchups weren't perfect. They didn't start a big, and we've got a big, and so we had to go a little bit of zone, which we haven't played much, but our guys did a pretty good job with it.
Well, I think that was the question, right? So Balzer started and played a couple of minutes, and then we were kind of wondering because it shouldn't be like the pace of the game is an issue because you guys score 84 a game yourself. Clearly, you're moving the ball up and down the floor, but it was more about him not having someone to defend, I guess?
Absolutely. I mean, it's we've had some games like that, and we were, I thought, effective in the zone. We probably could have come back to it, but then we found a really good rhythm in our half-court man, and once you find that rhythm, it's tough to go change it and give them an opportunity. So it was just really one of those calls during the game where we played matchups, and our guys did a good job on the defensive end in the second half.
All right. And you've been here before. You've seen your team shoot here. You've seen other teams shoot here. You know that this end of the gym looks a little different than that end of the gym. Your guys shot really well from three-point range on both sides, though.
Yeah, I give our guys credit. We didn't force the three. We only took 12. We took open ones. The right guys took them. And so that really helped. We came in with the idea that they pressure and extend out, that we thought we had room to get into the paint area, and our guys did a good job of that. Didn't finish as well as we like in the first half, but we did in the second.
Right, tied 45-45 at the end of the first half, and then, of course, you guys outscored by 21 in the second half, leading by as many as 23. We were really impressed by, almost basically everybody in the backcourt. Maranta, great game. Macaulay, freshman out of Washington, D.C. Tell us a little bit about that guy.
Yeah, out of Wise High School. Lou Wilson, the coach there, we've known for 30 years, and we kind of got on Andre late last year and kind of fell in place. And we knew we had a good freshman. We didn't know he was going to play at this level. I mean, he's an elite defender, and offensively he does some really good things too. So we think we've got a really special freshman with Andre, and he keeps proving it every night he steps on the floor.
I know you got another game here at this tournament, but I want to talk about the NAC and new face of the NAC a little bit. This is a league that keeps changing. You guys are in a divisional setup with some new faces. What's that like so far?
Yeah, Eastern Nazarene, Leslie came in. I think on the other side, Mooresville's in. We lost a couple teams, and there's always a little flow there, but I don't know that that's any different than other Division III conferences. So,
especially not lately.
Yeah, the East-West demographic with the New York teams make it a unique conference, but I've always been, look, tell us who we're going to play. We'll play them anywhere, any place, and just want the opportunity to play, and that's kind of what we tell our guys. Don't get caught up with where we're going. We travel. We like to travel, and the opportunity to play is special, and let's make sure we take advantage of it.
And you've been doing that for 34 years, 34, I think it was.
30 years, head coach. I've been there for 40. Played, assistant coach, and they just haven't figured out how to get rid of me, I guess.
After 548 career wins, I don't know that they're in a hurry to get rid of you, right?
Well, I hope not. I really enjoy what I do. Hudson's a special place for me and my family, and love going to work every day, and certainly love coaching. Been at it a long time, and we've had some success along the way.
Well, we were talking before we started recording about, first off, not just your longevity, but, you played for the guy who was before you and coached for, I guess, about just as many years, right?
Yeah, so between Coach McGregor, Bruce McGregor was there for 26 years, started in 68. I took over in 94, so, we're 56 years together. We got over 1,100 wins. It's a really special story for both of us. We're really close and have been close, almost since day one. I've been at Hudson and continue that way today. Matter of fact, last week I spent 3 days with him down in Florida, and
nice.
Was doing some recruiting, some other things, and
sure.
Got to spend some time with him, and we still talk, regularly. So it's just a really special relationship and a special story. I think I'm not sure you can find another institution at any level that has had two coaches in 56 years and 1,100 wins.
I wouldn't think so. I know that I hear Don and Brian Lane at Transylvania asking me that question as well, so we'll check on that. That's Warren Caruso, head coach at Hudson. His team victorious here in their first game at the 2023 D3Hoops.com Classic.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
The beautiful thing about a liberal arts education is you have to take classes all over the place.
So I think we're very versatile in terms of what we learn and what we know.
And because of that, you might find love in an area of study that you've never been exposed to before.
And here at Rhodes, you can make that a double major, you can make that a minor. Anything that you can think of, you can kind of take that and run with it. And Rhodes is here to support you through that.
to be able to say you learned poetry from Ohio's poet laureate.
There's a lot of opportunities to do research as an undergraduate student.
I've actually had a chance to file for a provisional patent on my research.
We built a pediatric pulse oximeter for use in developing nations.
We built a hypodermic needle incinerator.
Thanks to ThinkBox, I'm developing my concept for a fuel injector that makes jet engines safer and more efficient. It helped me earn a trip to meet President Obama and pitch my company to investors from the TV show Shark Tank.
All I heard was, you have been admitted to Harvard Law School. You know, you come out on the other side and just realize, like, wow, like, this is what I can do. This is how far you can go. And it feels really good.
Welcome back. Halftime is almost over here at the 13th annual D3Hoops.com Classic in the 6th game on day number 2, 7th overall, as the 8th-ranked Spartans of Case Western Reserve lead the Lakers, the 4th-ranked of Oswego State, 45-35. And take a look at halftime stats in this one. And you will see that Case Western Reserve is doing a pretty good job of controlling much of this, shooting 18 of 31 from the floor at 58%, 5 of 15 from beyond the arc at 33%, and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Lakers, in the meantime, 14 of 38 from the floor at 36.8%, 2 for 8 from beyond the arc at 25%, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Both teams have 19 rebounds, 4 turnovers for Oswego, 6 rebounds for Case Western Reserve. And that's how we get ourselves a 45-35. Oswego State's leading scorer is Jeremiah Sparks with 11 points. The leading rebounder is Cartier Bowman with 4. Case Western Reserve's leading scorer is Anthony Mazzio with 15 points. Second on the team is Richie Manigault with 11 points. The leading rebounder is it's Mako with 5 on the rebound side of things. I'm Dave McHugh, Pat Coleman alongside as we get ready for second half action here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. And this is turning out to be exactly what we expected, and that is a doozy. We'll see how this second half starts, because, to say the least, I am fascinated to see how both teams come out of this timeout.
It's 15-minute timeout. Yeah, obviously, there's some adjustments, right?
Absolutely.
You're Oswego. You're not super happy with how you ended that half. Got some work to do. Case Western Reserve, don't let your foot off the gas.
Case Western Reserve in the home whites with the blue and gray trim, going right to left in this second half. And Oswego is in the road greens with the yellow and white trim and numbers. They'll go left to right in this second half. As we're underway, Mazzio for 3, leaves it short. Battle for the rebound goes to Oswego. Quickly back the other direction. Cook wasting no time and gets swatted in no time by Rashid.
Yep.
It is back to Rashid with a little bit of space, went left hand on the right side, and that was plenty of time for Rashid to come over and say, well, thank you. Goodbye.
Block number 17 on the season.
Sparks gets the ball in the inbound, quickly attacks the rim, stops himself, then puts up the baby hook, leaves it short. Rashid pulls down the rebound. Back the other direction they come. Rashid's going to take the 3, leaves it back iron, no good. And a whistle on the rebound is going to go against Thorburn. That'll be foul number 3.
Yep.
By the way, Rashid, if you're wondering, not bad from deep. He's a 36% three-point shooter.
He's over 3 tonight, but that clearly is not out of the ordinary for him.
Drive in, and Rashid gets another piece of it as Bowman's shot is blocked by a fingernail. Anderson turnaround, leaves that short. Bowman gets the rebound, fights to put it up. He'll draw the foul on Kale. Unfortunately for Oswego, they're not starting off shooting well. They're going to get to the free throw line here, but it's not off to a good start.
Right now, they're battling though inside, right? They're battling for those rebounds. They're putting shots back up. Those things aren't going to not fall forever. With the triple negative, that means eventually those shots are going to start falling. It's a better way to say that.
Bowman hits the free throw. Sub already, as out of the game will go Kale. And Elam makes his first appearance of this second half. 9-point deficit, make it 8, as Bowman shooting certainly better than his average states. Jason Leone in the sport jacket, khakis, dress pants, the
Pocket
little
square.
Pocket square.
Yep.
Is Rasheed not convinced he won't still miss?
No tie, however. That's reasonable.
Mazzio pulls down that long pass. Elam loses the ball. Sliding for it was Achille, and Oswego picks it up. Todd McGinnis in the meantime, nice pants and the quarter zip. And forcing the issue that time is Sparks, and he'll go to the line to shoot free throws.
I think Coach McGinnis is finding it's a little warm in here for a quarter zip.
Yeah, it's definitely warmer than usual.
He's got it pushed up halfway.
I'm feeling a little warm. It's not usually this warm. I do know that the Sport Tours gang monitors the temperature in the building.
And the proper inflation of the basketballs.
Yep. We'll check the foul on that. He went against Thorburn, so that's his 4th.
That's Sparks' first missed free throw of the season, Dave.
Wow. Thorburn, by the way.
You didn't even say anything about his free throw percentage at that time.
I didn't. See, there's no jinx.
That's right.
Thorburn's out. He's got 4 fouls. He's going to be out for a while here as Trunley comes in. Listen, Trunley's not a bad sub to replace Thorburn whatsoever.
If he can recapture that spark from the end of the first half, frankly, if we be honest, Dave, that little spark by Trunley is a big part of why they're up by 10 going into the half.
Yeah, absolutely agree. 45-38, the lead for the Spartans here. As picking his pocket was Anderson, but he couldn't get to the ball before it goes out of bounds. It goes under our auxiliary position. Nice big monitor there. Don't have you be fooled. There is no replays.
Yeah.
It's left over from the D2 tourney. 18-10 to go. Mazzio's got the ball. Step back. 3. Rolls in. His foot was just barely over the line. And it's back out to a 10-point lead for Case Western Reserve.
18 points for Mazzio.
Sparks on the drive. Forces it up. He will draw the foul. In the meantime, Trunley was wondering where the push-off call was. I actually thought it was good no calls. Both guys were battling for the same position. The foul in the meantime is called on Trunley, in fact. So there was a late whistle on that contact. Either that, was he going up when Trunley made contact? I think it was a foul on somebody else. They just ended up calling it on Trunley.
I don't have that answer for you.
By the way, Sparks missed another free throw.
It's a big building, Dave.
Makes that one. So he's 2 for his last 4. 48-39, the lead for Case Western Reserve. Mazzio across the timeline with Sparks in his hip pocket. Sparks gets the steal on the pass to Trunley up ahead. Lays her home.
Sparks just smooth, you know?
Sparks with the last 4 points for the Lakers, cuts the deficit to 7. Trunley with the ball, gets it to Elam. Elam will swing it to the near side to Marigold. Manigault, apologies. I knew I had that wrong. Should have looked down first. Mazzio, in the meantime, misses the 3. Cook picks up the rebound with a head of steam up ahead to Anderson. Anderson kicks it outside to Bowman. Bowman will hand it off to Achille. They'll set up. No, they won't. Anderson gets it. Shot from 10 feet. Cannot roll in. And the rebound collected by Mazzio. Quickly up ahead. Trunley around the Rasheed token screen. Elam will get it inside to a wide open Rasheed as he got great position on Achille. And the lead back out to 9. 50-41 with 16:40 to go. Second half. Achille with the ball. Sorry, Achille now with the ball. He gets in against Rasheed, puts it up, and misses. Ball! Case Western nearly has it go out of bounds off of a miscommunication. They pick up the ball before it rolls out, and we'll get to the offense here. Spartans have committed 4 fouls so far in this half. Mazzio with a nice crossover. Turnaround, lays it in from about 8 feet, just kind of floated it up there. The lead back out to 11 for the Spartans.
20 points for Mazzio, making a play for all-tournament team here just a little over halfway into their
Achille
appearance.
goes after Rashid and lays her home. Deficit down to 9. Need to get a couple stops here against the Spartans if Oswego wants to cut the deficit, but that's a great feed to Rashid, and the foul coming. I'm not sure who they're going to call this on. They will call it on Anderson. That's their first of the half, and it's the first on Anderson. Rashid will go to the line to shoot free throws. He's a 78% shooter from the charity line. First one is up and good. Lead up to 10.
Umar Rashid, 6'6" junior. Big man out of Canton, Georgia. Kale from Georgia, Mazzio from Ohio, Thorburn from Texas, Manigo from New Jersey, Mako from Wisconsin. Like Case Western Reserve as an institution, as a university, these guys from all over the place.
Both free throws are good. Lead back to 11. Anderson with the ball, looking for options. Sparks being closely guarded by Trunley. And then coughing it up is Bowman in the paint. And Jason Leon is frustrated on the sideline. Mazzio thought about shooting. Now Rashid will shoot. He hits it. He's 1 for 5 from deep. 57-43, biggest lead of the game for the Spartans.
1 for 5 is so much better than 0 for 4. This has been brought to you by Math.
Feed to Achille. Achille drive off glass and in. 57-45, 14:48 remaining here, second half. Spartans with the ball in the lead. Trunley, fake, now fires 3, leaves it over the rim. Nice strong rebound from Rashid, misses it, but he's going to go to the line as he draws the foul. Looks like the foul is going to be on Achille. It is Achille. That's his second personal, team's second. And Rashid will go to the line to shoot 2. He was just there a short time ago and went 2 for 2 as he has an interesting way of tucking in his shirt. Reminds me of that baseball player who went and take the dirt out of his pants after sliding back in the first and forgot he was on national television and in a ballpark because he dropped his pants to his ankles.
Steve Lyons.
That's who it was.
That's
Steve Lyons. She didn't go to his ankles, but
no.
It was down to his thighs. So we got some blood apparently. Again, is that Elam again? Yeah, it is. So they're going to give him 20 seconds here to try and clean it up. Well, that was quick. They used 5.
"15 seconds back." I yield the rest of my time.
Yield the rest of my time. Well, apparently threw Rashid off because he missed the free throw. 57-45 into the game for the Lakers is Sean Edwards. The Brooklyn, New York native, as Sparks traveled. He's not arguing it. I've just never seen thought he was dribbling, so I'd never seen well, now he's got his hands up. How do you travel if you're dribbling and you lose your feet? Or did he had not dribbled yet? I was looking elsewhere. And I
was still thinking about Steve Lyons. No.
Well, I don't blame him. 14:20 remaining. Trunley to Mazzio. Mazzio! Just missed it. I was building up, Mazzio.
Rossbrook?
Yeah, into the game. We missed Tucker Rossbrook in the Watertown, New York native. That's near Oswego. Straight east. Shot up, missed by Anderson as Oswego's shooting woes are really hurting them.
Yeah.
They are not finding their way out of this problem.
3 for 9 here in the beginnings of the second half.
Rashid almost looked off and lost that one. Yeah, when you got a Case Western Reserve squad that shot so well in the first half, you got to start shooting well yourself. Mazzio for 3 from Trunley.
Man.
15-point lead for Case Western Reserve, 60-45.
It's impressive. Mazzio is having himself a night.
Sparks traveled again as that's the second time his feet came out from underneath him. You were saying, I apologize.
Mazzio is having himself a night.
Yes, he is.
"15-point lead. Gordon Mann has a comment about that.
No, I don't think we're there yet.
It's trending in that direction.
It's trending.
It's not looking good.
13-15. Oswego's going to have to get some stops and start finding some shots. Stops and shots if the Lakers want to get back in and cut this 15-point deficit. Inside to Elam. Elam goes up against Sparks. Sparks has guarded everybody today. Nice help defense from Cook. Sparks is reminding me a little bit of Magic Johnson. He can play any position on the floor.
Yeah, that possession by Elam, though, ending in a block shot.
I was waiting to use that, sir.
I only
was saving it for
referenced
the end of the game in case he did something miraculous. McCoe throws it to Coach McGinnis. He's not in the game.
He's not in white either, I think.
No, he's not. You're right. Rashid was sitting on the bench. He was the closest in white. Turnover back to Oswego. The comeback needs to start now if they want to crawl their way back into this. Kelly, kick out. Edwards, three. Front iron, no good. Ball is loose. And we got a tie up, and they're going to call it rightly on Rossbrook there. As he was going in there trying to fight for a rebound with one hand, while Elam was going in with both arms to grab that rebound.
Yeah, I can see what Jason Leon is going for, though, right? Try some different combinations, get some different guys out there, try to get...
Find the spark.
Exactly. Find someone who's going to be a little instant offense
other than spark.
Right.
Go with it. Trying to attack Rossbrook. Kicks it out, gets it back. Three-pointer from the corner, too far.
That was pretty, though. That was a nicely designed kind of exchange there.
Kale pulls down the rebound. A reminder, Case Western Reserve not playing with Thorburn right now. He's got 4 fouls, so he's sitting the bench. Or he's standing, trying to cheer his team on. Trunley, three, top of the key, no good. And the rebound pulled in by the Lakers. It's Spark.
There's that defensive stop. Now let's see if they can answer with a score as well.
Sparks pushing the issue, throws it up, off glass it in traffic, with contact and a little extra.
All right, you got one of those. Need a couple more.
60-47, 11:38 to go. Spartans being very patient. Trunley around the Elam screen. Trunley off glass and in. That's going to call a timeout. Todd McGinnis calls it. He wants to talk to his team. We'll take it as well. Case Western in control, 62-47 here in the second half of the D3Hoops.com Classic.
To be able to say you learned poetry from Ohio's Poet Laureate.
There's a lot of opportunities to do research as an undergraduate student.
I've actually had a chance to file for a provisional patent on my research.
We built a pediatric pulse oximeter for use in developing nations.
We built a hypodermic needle incinerator.
Thanks to ThinkBox, I'm developing my concept for a fuel injector that makes jet engines safer and more efficient. It helped me earn a trip to meet President Obama and pitch my company to investors from the TV show Shark Tank.
All I heard was, you have been admitted to Harvard Law School. You know, you come out on the other side and just realize, like, wow, like, this is what I can do. This is how far you can go. And it feels really good.
Welcome back. Case Western Reserve in control of Oswego right now, 62-47, 11:29 remaining second half. I'm Dave McHugh. Pat Coleman alongside of the D3Hoops.com Classic. Day number 2. This is the finale of 6 games today, the 7th on the docket of 16 total. We'll have 6 more tomorrow and 3 more on our final day. Game 1 for both of these two teams. As Oswego's got the ball, looking for some answers, and apparently a double dribble will not go. Really, it was a carrying violation called on Anderson. Jason Leon wants a better explanation about it, and I saw his hand go under the basket. So under the ball, either way, it's either a double dribble because you call it a hold, or it's a carrying violation. Either way.
8th turnover of the night, 4th here in the second half. Got their starters back out on the floor, too, which is or a little bit more of the starting lineup, because they've gotten exactly 0 points from their bench, whereas Case Western Reserve has 17 bench points tonight.
Rosbrook the exception. They're trying to go a little bit bigger.
Yep.
Trunley gets Rosbrook in a bad position, but he's going to get called for the player control fouls. He absolutely rolled over over Anderson there.
It's a mistake of aggressiveness for sure.
Todd McGinnis is literally trying to explain to him why that was an ill-advised idea.
This is a thing that you cannot actually do.
15th team foul on the Spartans. Achille has the ball. Rosbrook now with it. He'll feed it to Anderson on the near wing. Apparently not a threat to shoot. Inside to Achille. Achille goes up against Rashid. He spins into a double team, gets it to Rosbrook. Rosbrook finally corrals it, puts up the shot, and he'll draw the foul on Rashid.
Even at that, though, Dave, Rosbrook caught too far underneath the basket.
Well, Achille spun into a double team, too.
Right, yeah.
Should have spun the other direction. He had a wide open layup if he had done that.
Rosbrook, a freshman, 2 free throws to his collegiate career. Now 3. Looking for his first make.
Jason Leon knew this would be a good test for his team. I think he's a little frustrated right now at their shooting woes, especially against a good shooting Case Western Reserve team right now. 0 for 2 on that. Case Western Reserve continues to shoot well at 53% for the game as there's a foul inside. He's going to go against Mazzio. Nope. Oh, against Rosbrook, sorry. Misconstrued what was going on there. As the 4th team foul, Mazzio will go to the line.
Anthony Mazzeo at the line for Case Western Reserve, shooting 2.
Case Western Reserve 24 of 45 in this one. Oswego 18 of 50. Rosbrook will leave, Bowman back in, go to a bit of a smaller lineup.
18 of 50, 4 of 12 in the second half for Oswego.
Yeah, they're also 2 of 9 from beyond the arc in this game. Hits both, lead up to 16, 63-47. At the half, it was 45-35. Lakers have barely outscored Case Western in just what Case Western put up at halftime. Into the corner, Achille for 3, no good. You cannot beat a good Spartans team if you're not going to have a good shooting night. And now something well off ball. I think they had a clock issue. Yep, they had a clock issue. So they reset the shot clock to, it can't be 25. Well, they're claiming it was. Shot clock was down to 7. It just never got reset. 9:53 to play in this one. Mazzio, lost it. Hit Bowman's hands. Get it back to Mazzio. 10 on the shot clock. He'll force up the 3 in front of Achille. Misses it. Bowman tries to pull down the rebound. Cannot. Turnbull. That is not who that is. Trunley pulls down the rebound and draws the foul. It will be called on Crittenden. Oh, there he is. Yes, he's leaving now, and Cook back in for the Lakers. 9:35 remaining here in the contest.
Been a struggle for Oswego. Just Case Western right now is too much both offensively and defensively. They're big, they're talented.
3-pointer is good.
They're hitting shots all over the place.
Manigal with another 3.
Don't have an answer for Mazzio, and
Sparks
don't have
forces
an answer
that.
for Manigal either. Excuse me.
You can start to see the frustration for the Lakers as nothing seems to be working on their end. Spartans are playing extremely well. Rashid from way downtown misses that one. And a strong rebound from Bowman. Cook with a head of steam comes up the floor. He's going to go up against Mazzio. Changes his mind, hands off to Bowman. Will get it back, but nearly coughed it up. Anderson on the drive. And he gets the layup to fall. spark of life here. Down 17 though, 66-49. Got to get defensive stops.
Yeah.
If you're not shooting well, you got to get defensive stops. As Manigault misses that, and the rebound put back in by Kale. That is not a stop. Sparks is going to run into Mazzio. Which way is this going to go? It's going to be a blocking foul. Mazzio literally lobbied for a player control while laying on his back. That's his first foul. Sounds like, I think Todd McGinnis wanted a timeout at some point. He looked frustrated, trying to indicate what he was trying to accomplish.
Mazzio all smiles now.
8:25 to go. Sparks to the line to shoot free throws. He's 2 for 4 in this second half. Makes that one.
Right, added to the list of things gone wrong. Sparks missing 2 free throws out of 4 here in this half. Now he's made 4 out of 6.
Case Western Reserve able to cross the timeline. Trumley with the ball, closely guarded by his counterpart, number 10, Cook. Pass up top to Kale. Kale will drive, loses possession of the ball as he goes in. Back to the Lakers, who trail by 17. Elam back into the game. Kale will exit. 8:08 remaining second half as Mako will return to the game. Sparks will get the inbound play. These two teams have one more game left. Case Western will play tomorrow, as you mentioned earlier, against Clark, trying to get those back-to-back game experiences. Cook into this paint, puts up a shot, left it long. Cal brings down the rebound. Oswego will actually be our final game of the event. They will take on Pomona Pitzer on Saturday. That's a 4 o'clock tip local time.
That's right, Pomona Pitzer's at this tournament somewhere.
Yep, they're around somewhere, I'm told. And Clark and Case Western will play at 6 o'clock local time, 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Cal around the screen will drive in, lays it off glass and in. Everything going Spartans' way. You know, Todd McGinnis still wants to talk about it. We'll take another break. Case Western in control, 70-51 here at the D3Hoops.com Classic.
To be able to say you learned poetry from Ohio's Poet Laureate.
There's a lot of opportunities to do research as an undergraduate student.
I've actually had a chance to file for a provisional patent on my research.
We built a pediatric pulse oximeter for use in developing nations.
We built a hypodermic needle incinerator.
Thanks to ThinkBox, I'm developing my concept for a fuel injector that makes jet engines safer and more efficient. It helped me earn a trip to meet President Obama and pitch my company to investors from the TV show Shark Tank.
All I heard was, you have been admitted to Harvard Law School. You know, you come out on the other side and just realize, like, wow, like, this is what I can do. This is how far you can go. And it feels really good.
Back underway here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. Oswego with the ball. Sparks on the drive with a Euro. Step off glass and in. Cuts the deficit to 17. 70-53. Case Western Reserve, the 8th ranked team in the latest D3Hoops.com poll, in the lead over the 4th ranked Lakers of Oswego State.
Sparks are 21 tonight.
Drive in, off glass and in. Everything just going Spartans' way. I mean, just nothing you can say otherwise. Lazo into the game for the first time this half, though, for the Lakers, and off glass and in for Anderson. As Oswego's showing some sparks, but they've got to get some stops.
Right, I mean, Mazzio scored 26. The possession right before the timeout, too, Dave. I mean, Oswego stopped him for 27 seconds of the possession, but then a little bit of a defensive letdown at the end let them to finish and get the timeout with momentum.
Wide open.
Just
everything.
not working, right?
Yeah, everything's going Spartans' way.
That ball saved right into the hands of Trunley, and now Trunley's in double figures.
Should point out, Case Western Reserve has 5 fouls. Our AI system keeps reading it as 6, and I just won't be able to get that to wake up. Sparks leaves that block. I think I got blocked actually by Trunley on the way up. Well, it couldn't be on the way down. That'd be a goaltending. 5:42 remaining. Mazzio, sure, why not? Bury it. Nope. You know, it's when you call it when they're playing so well that they'll miss it.
Good job, Dave.
Listen, if you want to pay me a little extra, Oswego, and you start calling all the shots, see if they don't fall for Case Western.
Dave is not for sale.
I'm not for sale, but I'm open to possibilities of your comeback. 5.5 left, yeah?
I think a good amount of the audience is. I think
Anderson off glass, yeah. I mean, I'd love to see a comeback here. I think it's in the Lakers' DNA to do it. The trick is they got to get stops to pull it off.
They're getting no stops.
Have I mentioned that before?
It's come up.
Oh, just missed. Going out of bounds. Mazzio corrals it. He finds McCow. He finds Rasheed. Rasheed finds Trunley. Nope, missed it. Rasheed tracks it down. Not sure how he gets another dribble out of that, but he goes down awkwardly, though. And he's holding his right leg. He's at least to his feet. Oh, a timeout was called, apparently, by, I think, Case Western Reserve will confirm it. It was. So they call another timeout. So we are down to 4 timeouts each. It's a 30, so we'll keep it here, obviously. Hope you're enjoying this one from South Point Arena in Las Vegas. If you're a coach wondering if you should be at this event, the answer is yes. If you want to challenge yourself
you should
and
bring
improve
your
your
team.
resume.
You should bring your team also.
Yes, you should bring your team, absolutely.
Yeah.
Next
If you're interested in playing in next year's event.
I'm saying that's probably not done being booked up yet.
Typically not. Typically we are still, I mean, we tried to fit someone in June this year. That did not quite happen.
I'd love to have.
We really wanted to get Mary Hardin Baylor in this tournament.
Yeah.
It did not quite work out.
Yeah, we couldn't pull it off.
They played A&M Kingsville instead this week. But, yeah, I mean, so contact us at d3hoops.com.
Contact me. Leaves it for Cook. Cook for the jumper left. Cook's been long on everything.
Email me at info@d3sports.com and we'll get you hooked up with the right people as the ball goes out of bounds.
You're welcome to contact me as well, as many have. We will get you in touch with who you need, or at least answer some of the questions you may have. Might come out of this with a loss, but Jason Leon was raving. Both coaches have talked about just the buses that the guys were raving about.
Okay.
When they got off the plane.
All right.
One of the guys commenting, I think it was one of Clark's players commenting to his coach that it was like sitting in a game chair.
Okay. I'll have to get that.
Video game chair.
I'll have to get that instead of the shuttle from the airport next time.
That's what I'm saying. Anderson's going to go the distance and lay it in. Sure, why not? That's working for Oswego. Again, need stops.
Does Sport Tours International want to bid to host the Final Four?
Well, men's and women's soccer is coming out to Vegas next year. It's not out of the possibility for Division III.
And soccer's been here before.
Macau blows in a 3. Wow.
Mako with the make.
Mako gets this game up to 20.
Right, you're not getting the stops.
Nope.
And
they're shooting well too.
You need a good 8 to 10 of them.
And Elam swats that from Bowman. Well, they're shooting incredibly well. 54% for the game. 32% for beyond the arc. The only thing they're not doing better than Oswego is the free throw line. And Oswego's shooting below their average there. They're shooting below their average at three-point line at 2 of 12. They're shooting an all right 38%, but when an opposing team is shooting 54,
yeah,
that's not good enough. As Anderson drives in, no, that is Crittenden.
Well, what we're seeing from Case is they just have so many weapons,
yeah.
right?
And that's what we've talked about, right?
Right, you got guys Mazzio wasn't on this team last year, Manigault wasn't on this team last year, Kale wasn't on this team last year. These are big additions.
Spark, Lazo, 3. buried it. That's the first good-looking three Oswego's had in quite some time.
Certainly in this half of the game.
Yeah, agreed. Deficit's down to 15, 79-64. Elam with the ball, feeds it up ahead and lays it in as no one picked up Kale coming across the midcourt. And he walked in rather easily.
Case's 20.
Nice lay-in from Anderson, yeah.
Case's 28th attempt from inside the arc compared to 31 from outside.
Yeah. Not surprised.
Do it works. They're both working.
Mazio's got the ball. Double team comes over. He'll give it to Elam. Elam wants a three game and join in, sir. Join on in.
Everybody hits.
Everybody hits. He's now 2 for 3 on the season from beyond the arc. Distance for Sparks. Front iron no good. Elam can't corral the rebound, so it'll stay Laker possession as they will bring in Jaden Kennedy, the sophomore guard from District Heights, Maryland, making his 6th appearance on the season. Rashid will return for the Spartans.
So here's the thing, right? Elam open on the perimeter. Elam's 6'6". You know, Cartier Bowman is not going to match up with him on the perimeter. That's the biggest guy.
Mazio's going to draw the block.
That's the biggest guy in the starting lineup for Oswego. Otherwise, you're talking about 6'0", 6'1", 6'3", 6'4", and you know, the starting lineup for Case starts at 6'3", 6'3", 6'4", 6'6", 6'7". You get Elam off the bench at 6'6", Mako off the bench at 6'5". Trundley off the bench, he's a guard, but he's 6'3".
Anderson line to shoot.
These are big guys.
Yeah. It's a 1-on-1, and Anderson cannot get the first to fall. Fans didn't like the call on, either did Mazio, but he wasn't in a defensive position. Nice job in the backcourt, and it's going to stay Laker ball as Kennedy disrupted the play. So Lakers have it with 2:06 remaining, and it's going to take a miracle to find 18 points here. The way they've been shooting, and that's going to be a travel. Crittenden shuffled his feet as a great job defensively there by Mako to stay with him and stay in position, and that just flustered Crittenden. So we go back to the full court press, but Case Western beats it easily. Behind the back pass, and Rashid buries it. 20-point lead, it's back up to. That pretty much probably is the ice or the backbreaker if it hadn't happened already. Anderson's tried hard, hasn't he, Pat? He has been driving in this second half, getting a lot of points off glass.
Yep.
But when you can't stop the other team, his work feels like it's for naught. Skip pass, upended. Oh, that is a rough landing. Good sportsmanship from Anderson. Anderson was going for the ball, so was Kale, and now a technical foul I think is going against someone on Case's team. Nope, it's going to go against Anderson, actually. No, blocking foul on Anderson. That's okay. So they're going to talk about it. In my opinion, and I am not having enough information here, I thought Anderson was doing a good job of, and so was Kale, letting everyone understand that was completely inadvertent. Anderson was going for the ball. Kale went up on a ball that I think was intended for the guy behind him.
Okay.
And Anderson ended up undercutting him by accident, and then someone started chirping at Anderson, and it wasn't Kale. So I'm not sure where this goes. I mean, there's an outside chance it goes.
Yeah.
Long conversation about it. I mean, good work by our officials to make sure that everybody's on the same page and in agreement. We'll see what happens here.
There's an opportunity to maybe.
It is going to be on Case here on a technical foul.
I say there's an opportunity here to let one of the Oswego fans get out of the building, too.
I would probably agree with that. So Sparks goes to the free throw line to shoot free throws. Jason Leon's angry about something, even though they're the ones getting the free throws. I missed who the technical was on. Just waiting for it to go into the live stats because we haven't been given an explanation. Those free throws are good from Sparks, so the technical free throws are solid.
Shot a technical that was charged to number 1 Luke Thornburg. Case Western Reserve.
Okay, so you're upgrading that, but what happened to the tech? Yeah. I was first. Who got the tech?
Dave having a conversation to get this cleared up.
So they upgraded the common foul on Williams to a flagrant. That's why we have Cale on the line, but apparently Cale is the one who earned the technical as well. So it was a technical on Cale. It was a flagrant one on on Anderson. So they shot the technical free throws first, then the intentional free throws. Because it's an intentional foul, that gives Case the ball out of bounds. And that's what happened there. So they upgraded the common foul to an intentional. I didn't think it was intentional because, again, I thought Anderson wasn't Cale wasn't the intended target. He also leaped in the air. But officials saw it differently. And
intentional / flagrant.
Yeah, right, flagrant. Correct. You're right. It's a flagrant, not an intentional. So 90 seconds left. It's an 87-70 game here. And everybody now into the bonus just for bookkeeping purposes. To those of you who bought advertising time, these teams decided not to use timeouts tonight. Rashid with the buzzer, or the shot clock expiring, goes for the long-distance shot and misses it. The foul's going to be called on Diego Echeverria, the new Milford, Connecticut junior who's into the game.
We'll get you some make goods.
Oh, definitely. And Rashid will leave here after that foul, and into the game comes Aaron Rucker, the sophomore forward out of Houston, Texas. Also into the game, number 30, Dre Fox, the freshman guard out of Seattle, Washington, went to the IMG Academy in Florida. Also into the game, we didn't mention Jalen Hewitt, graduate student forward out of Cleveland, Ohio. This is all for Case Western Reserve. Charlie Fox in the game, freshman guard out of Plainsville, Ohio. Free throws good, 87-72. Spartans are going to improve to 9-1 as the steal goes back for the Lakers. Under a minute to play here. And Crittenden throws it into the bottom of the backboard. And Lazo nearly gets the steal for the Lakers. Oswego's going to suffer their first loss of the season. Of course, first one away from home as well, as they will fall to 7-1. They will get a day to percolate on this before they will take on Pomona Pitzer in another highly anticipated game. As the Spartans will bring in Ethan Nowak, a freshman forward out of Gates Mills, Ohio. In the meantime, Spartans will have zero time to enjoy this. They will take on a very tough Clark team tomorrow. 15 on the shot clock, into the corner with 37 on the game clock. Now up top to Hewitt. Hewitt driving in, nice dribble drive, missed it. Rebound collected initially by Rucker, but he lost it. There come the Lakers the other direction. Lazo, foot on the line, missed it. And that's gonna, whoa, nice fight back there though by Kennedy to get the ball back. Lazo will keep it from going over midcourt. Shot clock is off, tries to feed it up ahead. He does to Anderson, who lays it in, who's had a bunch of points off the glass tonight. And with 10 seconds left, that's going to be the last gasp. It's going to be down to a 13-point deficit as Pat nearly lost his laptop, as Lazo nearly deflected it off the screen, but luckily caught the top of it.
Yes.
You know, listen, Pat, the first one came short. The second one had to hit, right?
No, usually the second one's long, and then the third one hits.
I was just going to go with it. Good win by the Spartans, 87-74 to win this one. Hats off to them on a well-played game. They shot tremendously well in this game. And defeat the Lakers, who, listen, shot 41% for the game. They finished strong, shooting 28 of 69 from the floor, but Case Western, 34 of 63 at 54%. They were 11 of 33 from beyond the arc at 33%. Oswego was 3 of 15. They came in shooting 36% from beyond the arc. They only shot 20% for the game. They were 15 of 21 with the Lakers from the free throw line. Case Western was 8 of 13. Case Western did have 15 turnovers. Oswego only had 9. Nobody really turned those into a host of points. Rebounding was rather equal. Case Western only out-rebounded Oswego by 2, 38-36. So a rather equal game in that sense. So Oswego did get 13 offensive rebounds, but they only turned them into 16 points and second chance opportunities. Bench points all for Case Western Reserve, 27-7. And points in the paint pretty equal as well. Leader for Oswego in this one with 23 points was Sparks. Second on the team with 20 points was Anderson. Achille had 12 points for Oswego. For Case Western Reserve, they were led by Mazzio with 26. They also had Manigault with 14, Rashid with 13, and Trenley with 11. As again, they finished the game pretty strong. They played the entire game pretty strong, and Case Western, or Oswego, I should say, listen, had a pretty decent game if you just look at their stat line other than outside shooting. But Case Western had a stupendous game.
Yeah.
And it was too tough. When you can't stop the opponent, it doesn't matter if you shoot 41%, you're not going to win the game.
Yeah, 34-63 from the floor, like you said. So you shoot 54%. You also add 10 second chance points.
Now, second chance points were kind of...
Right, I mean, my point is you didn't miss a ton of shots.
Right, yeah.
You got 5 second chances, 5 second chance possessions, basically.
Yeah, they got 7 offensive boards, turned them into 10 points. Oswego had 13 offensive boards, turned them into 16 points.
Yeah.
Bench points, Case again, 27 to Oswego's 7. Points in the paint were pretty equal as well. Fast breaks were equal. Blocks, 7 for Case, 2 for Oswego. Steals, 6 for Oswego, 2 for Case. Other than just the really good shooting from Case, it was statistically, you look at it going, where was the gap? Well, it was a
3-point
34
line.
of 63 shooting from the floor.
3-point line
and
in
11
general.
of 33 from deep
for
Case. Granted, 11 of 33, I'm sure you'd like to shoot better than that. Coming into tonight, they were averaging 38% from beyond the arc, 27th in the nation. So that's a little under their average, believe it or not.
Yeah, whereas Oswego, 3 of 15. And, on a typical game, they would
Todd McGinnis
average.
is about to join us.
I know. I'm aware.
No, I would let the audience know why we're dragging this out.
Fair enough. Typically, they'd be more like 8 of 26 on the night or something like that, or 8 of 21. And now, indeed, we are joined by Todd McGinnis, his team victorious tonight, 87-74. Coach is going to get some water. That's important.
What did he do? He didn't do anything in this game.
I mean,
I don't think he did anything.
He's going to drink some microplastics and then join us on the air.
Not a bad game. Listen, shot really well against a frenetic Oswego team. You guys seemed at one point to just not miss. You guys kept converting offensively. I know you had certain game plans, but you had to be pretty thrilled with how you guys finished.
Yeah, that's one of the things we do is
It's on.
You got me? Sorry.
Go ahead.
All right, that's one of the things we kind of do when the game's kind of crazy. That's when we're sometimes at our best. And, so coming into it, I knew they were going to pressure us, and if we can handle the pressure, we have a lot of guys that can make plays. We're pretty lucky with some of the guys we have on our team that are a little bit older that can make some plays. And, we coach them to let them play a little bit. And if the team want to run up and down with us, we're usually pretty good against those teams.
Yeah, it's just it's a lot of weapons, obviously. I think that was one of the reasons you guys had success tonight. You guys have big size advantage against Oswego as well, not just height, but, length, basically. I want to ask you, some of these guys are, new to your program, right? And they're working their way in together. How's the chemistry? How is, the interplay of these, these new guys in your team?
Yeah, they're all really good kids. They're happy to be here. They want to win, you know what I mean? So, I told them before the game, this is why you guys came here, is to be on this stage, to get your name known a little bit, Anthony Mazzio, he was first team All-OEC, but...
I say we knew that name, yeah.
But not many people know it, Colin Call, some of our returners, Umar Rashid, Sam Trunley, they're good players, and, that's what I told them, in this, in our league, you got to have good players, so,
yeah.
You got to get ready for it, and this helps us. And I told him this is like a first-round NCAA tournament game. You go and beat a really good team, and now you got to bring it tomorrow. now you got to bring it tomorrow.
Right. So I know that's one of the things that you really wanted to have was that back-to-back night experience that you thought maybe was a struggle for you guys last year.
Yeah, it hurt us in the NCAA tournament. It really did. We lost to Whitewater. That was our first back-to-back game all year last year. So this year we played 3 already.
All right.
So we're trying to get our bodies, our minds used to being able to come back and play that game. And that's one of the things we've been talking about as a team. Of course, we've got so many games left to that point. But, with these guys, that's the ultimate goal is to get back in that NCAA tournament.
It's also muscle memory. You might not have another back-to-back, but you can sit there in late February and go, guys, remember, and they're going to have that memory of doing that. By the way, also playing with other guys and going deep in the bench. You couldn't play with Thornburg because he got into foul trouble. You park him early in the second half, and you don't need him. Guys were able to step up.
Yeah, we have. That's a nice thing. And last year, I didn't think we were deep enough. We had a really good team last year. And we got, we weren't as deep as we were this year. And I think that's one thing. And one of our better guys isn't even playing right now, Hunter Drenth, who's coming off a broken nose, and he's not even playing right now. And that's another guy that, can get you 15 to 18 in a given night, and you go and win a game, and Colin Call, who's our leading scorer, has 5 points.
Yeah.
Not many teams can say that, you know what I mean? Like, not many people can go out and say, okay, our leading scorer just had 5 points and we won. We had 4 guys in double figures. It's a pretty good balance. And when we have 19 assists, we're going to be tough to beat.
Well, I appreciate it. Good luck on the turnaround. Clark looked pretty good. I'm assuming that I know you saw some of that. Now you got to start focusing on that. Enjoyed this, but Clark's going to be tough.
Yeah, that's what they know. They know the bigger. These guys understand the bigger picture, but it's going to be a tough one tomorrow. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. So.
No, we're all are. I understand.
It's been a day.
Thank you guys for everything you guys do. This is awesome. I'm glad we finally got a chance to come out here a little bit. So
we're glad to have you.
Great.
We're glad to have any UAA team. You guys do so much travel the rest of the year.
Exactly.
To get someone to come out here is helpful. Really.
Yeah, I looked in. We get back and we go right to Carnegie Mellon next week, and we have a home game, and we got 4 in a row on the road. So we'll find out what we're about here in the next couple games.
All right.
Hey, well, I appreciate it. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Tom McGinnis joining us here courtside as we wrap things up. Pat Coleman and myself. Once again, the winners, Spartans, with a good, solid win over Oswego, 87-74. Was out by 20 on many other occasions, but a solid win nonetheless by Case Western Reserve over Oswego, who suffers their first loss of the season. Again, Case Western Reserve will go at it tomorrow. Let's give you the lineup for tomorrow. Starts at 10 a.m. local, 1 p.m. Eastern. Westminster against Occidental as Occidental plays its first game of the tournament. Then it's Framingham State versus Trinity, Texas. That'll be a dandy of a women's game. That'll be at 12 o'clock.
Yes, it will.
As Trinity, Texas tries to avoid losing 4 in a row and 2 here in Vegas. Then it'll be Laverne versus Ohio Northern in women's basketball action. Then we'll switch to men. Pomona Pitzer will play their first game of the event as they take on Trinity, Texas, who got a big win over Clark, escaped with a win over Clark today. Pomona Pitzer and Trinity, Texas. That's at 4 p.m. local, 7 o'clock Eastern. Clark versus Case Western, we were just talking about. That's at 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll finish up with Whittier and Husson in our nightcap game. That's at 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern. Don't forget, Saturday we wrap up the entire event. Women's game, Occidental against Rhodes at 11 a.m. local. Then Laverne against Rhodes at 1, and then Oswego will wrap up its tournament against Pomona Pitzer at 3 o'clock. For Pat Coleman, I'm Dave McHugh. Gordon Mann alongside as well. Ryan Coleman and Riley Zayas. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, as we wrap up day 2 of the D3Hoops.com Classic. We've got 6 more ahead tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. local. Hope you'll enjoy us for all 6, or at least some of them. You've been watching the D3Hoops.com Classic from South Point Arena in Las Vegas. Again, our nightcap finish, Case Western Reserve, the win over Oswego State, 87-74.
To be able to say you learned poetry from Ohio's Poet Laureate.
There's a lot of opportunities to do research as an undergraduate student.
I've actually had a chance to file for a provisional patent on my research.
We built a pediatric pulse oximeter for use in developing nations.
We built a hypodermic needle incinerator.
Thanks to ThinkBox, I'm developing my concept for a fuel injector that makes jet engines safer and more efficient. It helped me earn a trip to meet President Obama and pitch my company to investors from the TV show Shark Tank.
All I heard was, you have been admitted to Harvard Law School. You know, you come out on the other side and just realize like, wow, like this is what I can do. This is how far you can go. And it feels really good.